In this video, I'm going to be going through an actual theme where I'm going to show you how you can look at a theme, how you can analyze a theme, and it all relates back to what I was talking about with the checklists. And I'm just making you guys aware of how I would go about doing it. So maybe you could kind of pick up some tips and do the same thing. But before I actually talk about that, when it comes to promotion, you must be asking yourself the question: how are you going to promote your site, and how do you architect it to in a way where you have an easy job doing that, you have an easy job marketing. Now, the original and the best marketing and promotion strategy is email marketing. So now you might be asking yourself, how are you going to capture email addresses on the Shopify site? The theme and the apps work in harmony to help you with this. You want to be in a position where you are capturing emails. And if you're capturing them, then how do you go about approaching that customer? And then when it comes to social sharing buttons, how do you want to integrate social media into your site if you want to do that? Not everyone has to do that. If you want to do that. So if you have a brand, if you have a site, a store, and you have an Instagram account related to that store, you want to have that kind of social media integration where when someone visits your store, they can also go onto your Instagram where they can see pictures, where they can see comments and likes, and they can see just how powerful your brand is. Now, when it comes to how you can go about capturing emails, I touched upon that. I'm going to explain how you can go about capturing emails. When you join a site, not join, but when you visit a store, as soon as you visit, there's a pop-up on the screen, and it might say sign in today, or give us your email for 10% off. And more often than not, you will give your email because you're getting 10% off. You will give your email. Other stores might be a bit more creative. They might do a giveaway where if you put your email in, you're entered into a kind of giveaway where you can either get 20% off, you can either get a free item, or you're left with nothing. There's kind of like a spinning, I've seen it on one of the stores. There's a spinning feature where once you give your email address, the feature spins, and either you get 25% off, either you get 10% off, either you get a free product, or you get nothing. So it's a look of the draw kind of thing. And I think that's a pretty good way to collect emails, because people will do that. They will try their luck. Everyone loves a gamble. So that's a good way of doing it. That's a good way of looking at it. If it's not a pop-up when you first enter the site, then it could be an exit pop-up. There's a mechanism on Shopify, and there's apps that you can get that deliberate, that basically focus on this, is as soon as you're about to exit the store, it has a mechanism where it picks up on certain areas that people go to just before they're about to leave. And just before you leave, there's an exit pop-up. That's what they call it. An exit pop-up where it says, if you give us your email, then you will get 20% off. Discounts, incentives. That's the motive here. Yes, given a discount may mean that you're not making as much profit, but you're going to be making a lot more sales. You're going to be converting a lot more sales if you use that technique in comparison to if you don't. And that's the goal here. It's not to make the most on each product, it's to convert the most sales. Because if you're doing numbers, you will make numbers. Okay? There are other things that you can use, like blog posts, but I don't really use blog posts. I don't find them useful. I don't find them effective anymore. One thing I will say is that a good marketing technique is videos. One thing that I feel is lacking when it comes to Shopify are videos. Not many people have videos on their stores actually showing people using them. Maybe you have a video testimonial, a video testimonial of someone who's actually used your product, and they can talk about your product and talk about the good things related to your product, and To make sure they don't seem too biased, maybe one bad thing. But the bad thing obviously isn't much. The good things overpower the bad things. But these are all things you can use, all the ways you can build intrigue, especially with the social media integration, man. If you are integrating an Instagram account onto your store and you have an active Instagram account with a nice amount of followers, you're active, you have 50 to 100 posts, and each post is getting 5, 6, 7,000, 2,000 likes, and you're getting a minimum of at least 30, 40 comments, then that just shows interaction, it shows activity, and people will want to buy your product off the basis that others want your product. If people see that your products are popular, they're popping, then people are going to want to buy them because they want to be a part of that. It's herd mentality, and you want to take advantage of that. But when it comes to now the theme, okay, let's focus on what we actually want to talk about in this video. I hope you've understood everything I just said there. But when it comes to the theme, I know there's a lot on the page right here, but don't worry, I'm going to break this down. Now, you can visit the theme store and you can check, you can see different kind of themes, you can look at them, have a good look at them and see which one floats your boat. Of course you can do that. Remember the checklist that I gave you, the 3 aspects: pricing, product, branding. The 3 aspects that you need to look at. How is a product displayed? The homepage layout, the functions and the navigations. One thing I will say to you guys is don't get too caught up in the aesthetics of the theme. Although you want it to be nice, of course you want it to be nice. Don't get too caught up in that, because you have more control. More control over how the theme looks. Believe me, there are apps that you can use which will change the way a theme comes across to the visitor. You want to focus on the functionality. You really want to focus on the functionality of that theme. The small things make the biggest difference. You don't want a static theme. You want a theme that actually moves. And I'm going to explain to you what I mean. Now, when you go onto the Shopify theme store, you have obviously the free themes and you have paid themes. There are so many different options for you to choose from. The premium themes, they could be anywhere from 160 quid to 200 quid to 300 quid. The free themes, obviously that's self-explanatory. They are free, but they're not as enticing. They may not have as much functionality as the paid themes. So that's what you need to look at. When I say functionality, you're going to see what I mean. You don't want a static theme. You want your store to be moving when people are going over a product. When you want the product to move. You want customers to be seeing that, or viewers to be seeing that in a desirable way. And I'll give you an example in this video. I'm going to show you exactly what I mean. But when it comes to getting a theme on the Shopify app, your research is vital. You need to look at every single aspect of that theme. Now, Dawn is a free theme that you can use, that you can decide to use. And even though it's free, it's good. I do give it good ratings. It does kind of explode at your face with the functionality of it, the functionality side. But when you get onto the theme store, you can see how many options you have. You have pricing, free, paid. You have, you can find a theme based on your catalog size. Remember what I said, the product aspect. If you know you're going to have a plethora of items that you're going to want to sell, that you're going to want to flog off, then obviously you need large catalog. And it will provide you with themes that only have a function of large catalogs. And you want to focus on the design, whether it's classic, whether it's unique. I'm going to stop this video here because in the next video, I'm going to be going through the functionality of this specific theme. And I'm going to explain exactly what I mean when I say static. This video has gone too long and I don't want to kind of zap your attention span. So we're going to pick up where we left off in the next video, and I will see you there.